Hey there YouTube, what is happening? Manny here, and I'm very happy to report I've knocked another game off my for in February list. This time around, I decided to jump headfirst into Iconoclasts. In development since 2010 by gaming auteur Joakim Sandberg, Iconoclasts is a gorgeous looking pixel art infused metroidvania type game that I've been intrigued about for a pretty good while. I think it goes without saying, but given its 8 years worth of development, my expectations for Iconoclasts were pretty high up there. But was it worth the wait? Yeah, I'd say so. Iconoclasts is a game full of personality and a hell of a lot of charm. Admittedly, this isn't something that you're hit with right out the gate. Taking little time to set up, you're put in control of a rogue mechanic named Robin, whose life's passion is considered illegal by a theocratic regime that rules over the game's world. The one concern governs its subjects ruthlessly, bringing a foreboding and self-righteous end to any who oppose the religious doctrines centered around technology. It's a hell of a compelling setup that slowly unfolds over time and manages to push beyond its initially nebulous plot. You see, over the course of the game you'll encounter a slew of colorful characters, all of whose motivations and personalities become much clearer the more time you spend with them. The same can honestly be said for the rest of the game. Iconoclasts grew on me the further in I went, and I kinda love it for this. At first you can say this might be an issue of pacing, but if you take a step back and look at the game as a whole, it manages to click together surprisingly well. Gameplay feels reminiscent of an old school metroidvania type, but don't go in expecting Super Metroid or Symphony of the Night. While it wears its influences pretty visibly on its pixelated sleeve, Iconoclast sports a very small assortment of weapons and upgrades and a pretty linear path forward despite there being some backtracking to be had. Each of the game's worlds is split up into distinct biomes where you'll use what you've unlocked to solve pretty brain-racking puzzles that impede your progress. Lather in some satisfying combat by way of your guns and wrench, plenty of brilliantly creative boss fights, and tight platforming controls, and you're looking at roughly 10 hours of gameplay. This isn't to say that there aren't segments of the game that tend to drag more than I found enjoyable, but all in all these segments are few and far between. Tower level, I'm looking at you needlessly long stretch of backtracking you. By the time it's all said and done, Iconoclast takes you on a wild ride you won't soon forget. Sure, it takes its time getting you where it's going, but by the time the credits start to roll, you'll find yourself wishing there was more. So I dug Iconoclast quite a bit, and I definitely recommend that you check it out if you liked any of what you saw in this here review. It may not be the kind of Metroidvania game you're used to playing, or hell, maybe even looking for, but Iconoclast manages to do a lot to stand its own ground and tell a compelling narrative with a badass cast of characters in a charming, albeit dreary ass world. So with Iconoclast out of the way, I've got one more game to tackle. Shadow of the Colossus. And I'm not just talking the 2005 PS2 original, or hell even the 2011 PS3 remaster. I'm talking about the brand spanking new 2018 remake. In the over 12 years the game's been out, I've never actually played it to completion, but I hear it's quite the journey, so keep your oculars out for that because the video's on the horizon. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and leave me a comment below, let me know what you thought, maybe hit the like button, and if you want to join me for the ride, feel free to subscribe. You'll be glad you did.